the more I hear Nokia and the more they're hyping it up, it feels a little bit like a forced hit, in my opinion. I like it for what it is, and I really like the second half of the song, but the way that they're pushing it, it just feels like they're trying to make it bigger than what I feel like the moment for Nokia is.
Yeah, I disagree 100%. You really think that, bro?
I
All
do.
the shit that I see online is like people listening to it outside. And like people playing it, like you saw the video of like, we're going to get into obviously the DDG shit later, but like a whole thing was like him playing it in a room full of girls and everyone going crazy.
Mm-hmm. But so I know what you mean, but a hit for Drake is different than a hit for another artist. And I don't think that, you were seeing the online perception, but obviously we know what like that a lot of it is marketing, right? I know the DDG moment was organic, but you're seeing it everywhere for a reason, right? And I think like, okay, we're seeing all this traction online. Is it equating to chart position? Not necessarily. Maybe after the video we'll see some movement, but I don't know if this is the moment that they're trying to make it for Drake. We all know he needs a moment, so I don't blame them. I'm just saying, like, for me, I feel like I'm seeing through that.
I think it's a slap. I think that I watched probably like 20 different reaction videos, like, and everybody loves this song. I haven't seen like a single negative response to this song. It just seems like it's infectious, it's fun, it's creative. Like I like this song so much because I don't think there's really anything that sounds like it. Mm-hmm. Like this was super, super exciting to me. I don't know why. It's like, obviously I'm a big Drake fan, so I think that plays into how I feel a lot. But for someone who's kind of been like, Drake has fallen into doing the same type of song, same sound. It's not a subject matter change, but from a production standpoint, this is the most interesting thing I've gotten from Drake in a very long time.
Are you saying that nobody is doing anything like this currently, or you've never heard anything like it?
I don't think anyone's doing it. I don't think I've heard like this whole combination of things. Even if people have experimented with this sound, they haven't approached the song like Drake did. It feels unique.
It's hard for me to agree that that sound is unique because to me it sounds like, and I think we talked about this, graduation Kanye. Like it sounds like something I would hear on that project.
I'm not from the instrumental. I'm not terribly mad at that.
Are you? I'm so maybe I'm. I don't hear that at all. Graduation Kanye would make this song.
No, the vocal delivery and the subject matter, all that's totally different. I think you mean the instrumental
production.
Yeah, I mean production wise. Yeah, that's what I'm speaking.
I think the second half maybe, but not the first part. Definitely not the first half.
So I can agree with you, but the second half is what draws me in. So maybe I'm paying more attention to that.
I don't know.
I think I agree with both of you. I think I agree that it's a really, really good Drake hit. Like it's really exciting. It sounds totally different. It has the culture. I see it online all the time. But I agree with you that its chart position speaks to the decline of Drake as the superstar. The fact that this could not overtake Luther, like a 4-month-old like ballad hit, it speaks to the shift that's happened. This should be number one, and I think this fell out of the top 10 within the first month of it being on the charts, and that speaks to the decline of Drake because this is a great song. This is a great hit. This does work so well at clubs and at parties. The fact that it cannot stay in the top 5, Drake would have 3 years ago, this song is number one for weeks.
That point I agree with to an extent.
Yeah.
But I think we also have to contextualize it. Cardi just dropped. Luther, when you talk about Luther, I think SZA is one of them. Like cut from that cloth, hard to compete with. Like she gets called the female Drake. Like you can't beat her. That song does numbers on Reels.
SZA got you wiped down.
You know, like it's I really don't think he's like gonna be able to beat SZA.
But that song does not have the recipe of a hit.
But it's just a great song.
It is a great song. But Drake made a great song that is a hit record.
It's not the same, but like, and I think that like, but why isn't Luther a hit?
Do you think it sounds like a standard top 10 hit?
I think that what makes Luther sound like that to me is the fact that my mom could play Luther. And I don't think my mom is playing Nokia.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I just think it's a wider demographic that Luther is appealing to.
Probably because of the sample too.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's just like easier to have people of all ages like that, where Nokia feels very young youth energy. And then on top of that, you got an entire Cardi album that was charting and shit like that. Like,
Well, I mean, that don't.
You know what? You know what is crazy that you keep saying the Cardi thing, and I don't know. I think that proves Spencer's point more. It's like you were like Cardi just dropped, but Cardi, like, I mean, I guess he hadn't dropped since when 2020 with 2020.
2020.
So hard to tell, but like 2020 Cardi is not competing with Drake on any level. Like it's actually kind of insane that you're even saying this now. I'm not saying that I don't understand that. I completely understand. Like music was highly anticipated. He deserves his flowers for his chart position, whatever. But I think it just speaks to what Spencer's saying. Drake has declined. Cardi is a bigger artist.
I think Drake is 100% decline. I think Drake.
And that's all I'm saying.
I think that Drake had, but I don't think that's like a bad thing. Like I don't think it's like a big. I don't think it's a big decline.
I think this is just the first time that we can really point and say, okay, he's not on top anymore.
And I'm like, yeah. And I think that's fine.
Yeah, and the song's great.
Tight.
Just that is one of my takeaways from wow, this really can't stick around in the top 10. That's crazy. People don't actually like Drake's public perception has actually taken a big hit because this wouldn't be the case 3 years ago.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's a public perception thing though.
There's less people are listening to the music then.
I think everyone likes it. I think there's just other shit that people want to hear more.
No.
Why? Why can't that be the case? Why
can we get the top 10 up? When you do it?
I hate being the Google guy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he's really not the moment anymore.
Yeah.
There's a moment going on, but he's not the moment. And I said Cardi's a bigger artist. Cardi's a hotter artist right now. That's a crazy way to phrase it. But
there's other songs in there that like Drake should look like the Drake that from a couple years ago would be able to outsell and outpace.
See, I don't know if this is April 5th. This right?
You shouldn't be the Billboard guy.
You know what I mean?
Should be Osei.
So do it.
Can you give us the chart, Osei?
Yeah, let me pull it up.
Miles tried to do it last episode.
It's weird because I feel like the chart has changed in terms of like the way they designed it, so it is a little.
Because I saw whatever I just looked at had Nokia at number 7.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it got back to the top 10. I remember like 2 weeks ago it fell out.
And Cardi dropped 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So I'm like, that's why I'm like, I don't think that what we're saying is really like. I think this record is doing everything it's supposed to do and was expected to do.
I disagree.
What was the initial question was Luther and Nokia? Like what chart position they're at?
No, just can you give us the whole top 10?
Oh yeah, the top 10. So chart dated April 5th, 2025. We have Luther at number 1, Die With a Smile by Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars, A Bar Song, Shabuzi.
That's crazy.
Just In Case, Morgan Wallen, which is new. Pink Pony Club, Chappell Roan. Lose Control, Teddy Swims. Nokia, Drake. Beautiful Things, Benson Boone. Not Like Us, Kendrick Lamar. Apartment, APT, Rose, and Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
So that's the top 10.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I still think that 3 years ago, Nokia is topping a lot of these songs that have been on the top 10 for a year now.
Yeah.
Teddy Swims,
The Teddy Swims one is very impressive.
You know, like,
but again, like those, I feel like a lot of the songs ahead of it are just songs that people of all ages are playing. Which I think is a real thing.
That's fair.
Yeah, that is fair.
But I think that Nokia has. So you think Nokia hasn't done everything that it's supposed to do?
Which is crazy.
You know, like, that doesn't even make sense to me.
No, I do think that, but it's just held to the Drake standard, and that's what I'm trying to say. Maybe it's time we change that standard because Drake is such a prolific artist.
But what's the standard?
Number 1.
That's bro. Like
he's a number 1 artist.
I feel you, but
that's the standard with Drake.
But there's always been okay. And as someone who's been objective with Drake,
mm-hmm.
I think for his entire career, I think we all love Drake, but I think we also have artists that we respect and enjoy just as much, if not more than Drake. Drake doesn't have to automatically be number 1 because there's people who are also putting out quality music that is competitive with him, even if he is at the peak of his powers. Even if Drake is at his best, there's still people that are putting out music that is competitive with it. And there's a lot of people who throughout history, we're friends with a lot of them that don't like Drake.
Yeah, I think Drake in years past with a song weaker than Nokia has bodied songs better than it's losing to right now. And what I'm thinking about is also this is definitely a lack of universal push. Like, I think that is also what we're seeing right now. We're seeing how powerful the machine was behind propping Drake up. You know what I'm saying? Because without it, because now there's no push, you know?
And with no push, he's number 7. That seems like it's done everything it's supposed to do.
Well, it's not number 1, but
that's fine. It's like not.
But like you like Life's Good is instant number 1 for weeks and weeks and weeks when that comes out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A worst song. Like just a for sure worst song, right? Oh no, you like that one. My bad.
It is interesting because when Drake used to drop, I forget the last album that did this. I gotta look it up later. He used to just cover the top 10.
Yeah.
Like it looked like when Taylor Swift dropped.
And I'll say it like this. I think rap used to be on top back then. So I think it was easier for those situations to happen. So now that rap isn't on top, I think it's more difficult for him to do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I'm not looking at him no way because of this. Like, I don't think that I didn't expect anything more from this. I think this is a great, I think this song has had a great run and is doing a great thing and is doing exactly what it's supposed to do in the culture, on streaming, on charting. I don't think Drake's mad about it. You know what I mean? And it was on an album with Party. You know what I mean? It wasn't even a solo Drake release technically, even though it was just his song. You know,
Yeah.
I think that this was a good rollout. I think that the video was a good way to put a stamp on it. Through the IMAX shit, I think that this breathed a little bit of new life into the song. I'm not mad at it.
The boys just content, just getting beat by a bunch of old songs on the charts.
I think also like you could say you can say that rap isn't number 1 as a reason for maybe his project not performing. But then you have Kendrick Lamar, who is number 1, is doing a stadium tour with SZA, has been consistently on the Billboard charts all year with a shorter project than I think we talked about how his project was much shorter than Cardi's and like obviously as a whole like was positioned better. And like, different artists, but I just think that I don't know if that's the argument that I'd leave.
But that's what I'm saying that Kendrick dropped a better project. I think Luther's a better song. So I think that it should be having more success. I think that Not Like Us was in the culture way bigger than this. It mattered more, was more of a topic of conversation. People who weren't even like fully tapped into the beef heard that song. That song was basically everywhere. You couldn't escape it. So like, I feel like everything that's happening with those records makes sense. But then like, I don't think in past years, Drake would be losing to a bar song, the new Morgan Wallen song. But I think that country is having a huge moment right now. So I think that like you're seeing those songs really get propped up now. Like it used to be cool to hate on country. Now it seems like it's cool for people of all different demographics to say, I actually like this country song.
Yeah.
I actually like this country artist.
You're right.
So, the climate isn't favoring him, but again, I'll put on my OVO cape for today.
Yo, are people not tired of a bar song? How? I guess Sync, because those commercials keep running and the radio, but I'm like, yo, number 3?
I don't know, bro. I went to what I would consider a semi-country college, and every single time I went to the local bar, like they were just playing the same songs over and over again. It's the same playlist.
Yep.
And I think a bar song slides perfectly into that playlist.
Forever.
You feel me?
Forever. It is in perpetuity.